Here. Besner. Here. Lewis.
Here.
Thank you. The invocation will be given by Father David Peck, pastor of St. John Newman Church and the city chaplain. Please rise.
I'd like to begin with this prayer by just a word of thanks to the City Council, in particular to Mayor Regina. On behalf of all our first responders, police officers in St. Charles, firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, and all of those who are on our front lines, we ask God's blessings as we bow our heads. Almighty God, you lend strength to all those in times of difficulties. You give courage to our first responders here in St. Charles who continue to do this important work as they are called to look beyond the risks and to help protect our community. We ask special prayers upon Mayor Ray Regina and the support, the respect that he gave us, both police, fire, EMTs, paramedics. Lord, protect him, extend your shielding hand upon him, and thank him for his support, especially for his family's support as well. God, we lift up our prayers of thanksgiving during this very difficult year of the pandemic. Thank you for helping us get through it. We have a little bit more to do, but we give you our hope, our courage, and ask for your continued strength. We ask all this in God's holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Would you all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mayor Pro Tem Dan Stellato, the omnibus vote, please.
Thank you, and I'd like to make a motion that the omnibus vote items be approved as presented.
Second. Second by Silkaitis. Anything else on omnibus? Any conversation? Chuck, call the roll.
Stellato.
Here, yes.
Silkaitis.
Yes.
Bayleitner.
Yes.
Lemke.
Yes.
Bancroft.
Yes.
Gruber.
Yes.
Vitek.
Yes.
Petrilla.
Yes.
Besner.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
That was on purpose.
Thank you. There's no new business.
That's your first meeting?
Yeah. There's no new business. Under committee reports, government operations, Alderman Lewis, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under government services, Alderman Silkaitis, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And under planning and development, Alderman Paylighter, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? Which gets us then, I think, to the part of this meeting that many of us are here for. We want to start by recognizing several individuals who are leaving us as elected officials tonight. And I want to start, first of all, myself with a couple of presentations. Joe Krieger, Fraser, who were number 2 years, but the goal in here, Mayor Pro Tem for me in my first 4 years as mayor. And he's stepping down, and City Treasurer, on behalf of the City Council, myself, we present this to you both of our appreciation and Steve Wilson. This young man here is Chuck Amenta. 4 years, Chuck serves on our liquor commission and newly upheld his position there with the utmost vigor, and he provided a lot of support for the city and in that particular thing. The last 4 years, though, he decided to run for office, and he ran for city clerk, and he's been our city clerk here for the last 4 years. So 8 years Chuck's been on board here. I know the family well, and his wife in class in high school. Who haven't I met? In any event, Chuck, on behalf of the City Council and myself, a small token of our appreciation for a job well done, and thank you very much for all. leaving us tonight, and I thought it would be probably proper that perhaps in each case one of their colleagues says a little bit about the individual. So that's Arthur Lemke, and I want to ask Ron Selkitis if he would say a few things.
Thank you.
I'll just stand over. That's fine.
I am privileged to have served with Art for 16 of those years. When I was first elected in 1997, I remember Art calling me up to welcome me to the City Council to bring me up to speed on what's happening in the city. I appreciated that. The two things I admire most about Art was his knowledge and his integrity. I know that he always had the city's best interest in mind, best interest at heart, and his voting record shows that. He's been a wonderful asset to the city of St. Charles, and he will be greatly missed. I wish Art and his wife, Jean, all the best in the future. Thank you, Art, for your service to the city. Thank you.
Next, our newest member, and a very positive, I could say 1,001 things about Lucy Gruber, but I'm going to let her colleague, Todd Bancroft, make those comments. Todd?
So I too could say 1,001 good things about Lucy. You know, when we went through the process of selecting someone to be appointed, we recognized in Lucy really three things that were just something we hadn't seen before. The first was she really represented a demographic that's growing in St. Charles, and that's the young professional demographic. Second was really just unbridled enthusiasm. You could just see it. She really wanted to serve her community. And the third thing was a truly fresh perspective, I think, for the council, given, you know, those two attributes. And I think from the standpoint of the council, I am confident that I can say on all three of those, she's exceeded our expectations. So thank you very much, and we really appreciate your service. And she's returning to Holland. She has taken a new job, and I think that you know, certainly St. Charles has lost Holland's gained, but that's only short term. Hopefully, she'll come back and serve. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Fifth Ward Alderman Maureen Lewis, and to say a few words, her fellow Alderman of the Fifth Ward, Edward Bessner.
Good evening. When I think of Maureen, going back to 10 years ago, our former mayor, Don DeWitt, who's now an Illinois State Senator, where's he at? I was trying to catch him before the meeting started, appointed her, and you know, she went through an interview process from what I remember. I wouldn't say it was grueling, but it was thorough. And then within about 2 or 3 months, I don't know if I'm mistaken, Maureen, but she had to go through another special election. And then because of the timing, the next round of elections for, you know, half the council here, she had to run one more time. So in the first 2 years, I remember saying to her at one point, "Are you running again?" And I think she had competition every time too, outside of the appointment. You know, she was good at giving me a history lesson a number of times. No matter where we were, this building is at. I remember when this was at, and I still want to see her gym uniform up in the historic. But one time we met for coffee, and I think it was early on. We were over at Egg Harbor, and just the way we were sitting, there was a window there, and Maureen said to me, "That's where I was born." So the building right next door by Todd's place. Community.
Egg Harbor.
So, you know, we've had good times over the last 10 years, which is hard to believe it's been 10 years. And, 10 years later, looking back at it now, she's been a great partner and a friend over the last 10 years. We didn't agree on everything, but we always worked through the issues of the day by listening to each other. Maureen held her own. She practiced what she believed was best for the residents of the 5th Ward and the residents of St. Charles. She didn't waver and was always true to her beliefs and did it all with a smile. Our families have crossed paths because of grandkids and our kids, and we hope, as we move on, that we continue to stay in touch, and I'm sure we will. And lastly, America in Bloom, as we move forward, just with regular business in St. Charles, and we go, into this contest again, I want to thank Maureen and Diane was committee members that led us proud in 2018, I believe, with top honors. But I'll always think of Maureen for American in Bloom. So good luck, and thank you for your service.
Thank you. I came a little prepared tonight. A couple of weeks ago, I kind of fell apart. So I'm hoping I can get through it this time and not fall apart. But an old movie line, what is it? I'm better at hellos than goodbyes. So it's all the people that have been in my life for the last 10 and a half years. It was 10 and a half years ago that I had the honor to be appointed to the City Council as the 5th Ward Alderman. I wasn't quite sure what I was getting into, but I love St. Charles. I had the desire to serve its residents, and I had the time to give it my all. I believe in term limits for elected officials, so last October, I decided not to run for the 5th Ward. 10 and a half years was a very good run, and I felt it was time to give someone else the opportunity. So, Mr. Weber, congratulations on being elected alderman. This ward is near and dear to my heart, and I know it will be to yours too. And Ed will make sure of it. So tonight, I retire with a happy heart and with many successes and wonderful memories. I have made friends with so many people who I may never have known except for the fact that I was their alderman. I have gained knowledge from staff about things I would have never thought of except I was an alderman. For instance, when staff would patiently inform me about infiltration and exfiltration, or tax increment financing, PUDs, code enforcement, city ordinances, what you can, what you can't do, utility billing, and the IT help desk, I never left home without that number. Or how to obtain a certificate in emergency management so I would be able to serve in a time of crisis. I went through BACA training thanks to the police department, and I passed, so I could understand just what it took to be a bartender. I'm thinking maybe that could be my new job. I loved my ride in the snowplow, learning about the difficulties of plowing snow. It's a lot harder than it looks, but it was also a lot of fun. And HR provided so much good information in the city grapevine, it truly kept me informed of what was going on. The city retreats, though, with my peers, discussing the issues that really mattered most to St. Charles and how, as a governing body, we could help make life easier for all our residents was one of the most rewarding activities for me in my tenure. Oh, I could go on and on down memory lane, but the time has come for me to thank all of you for making these past, here's where I go, here's where I break down, these past 10 years very rewarding ones. I've grown as a person, and if it's at all possible, I think I love St. Charles even more. My family, some of which are here tonight. I want to thank my husband, Phil, my daughter, Jennifer, her fiancé, Mike, and all my children and grandchildren for rearranging events and vacations so that I didn't have to miss a Monday night meeting. For listening to me for hours on end about ideas I thought could make an impact on St. Charles. Your love and patience went above and beyond. My sincere best wishes to our new mayor, Laura Vitek, and all the new city council people. There are challenges ahead, but I am confident that she will be able to rise above them and will continue to keep St. Charles the wonderful place it is and has always been. Keep up the good work. I'm not going to say goodbye, as I intend to see you all again. So I'm just going to say, have a good night, and I'll see you around town.
Next, I would like to introduce our city administrator, Mark Kanan.
There's one more. There's one more. There's one more. Would you join me on? One more. Come on.
Just to grab him at the time.
I first have to say I'm not a student, wasn't a student. Good evening. I am very honored to present Ray Rogina with a gift of appreciation for his 8 years of service as the mayor of the city of St. Charles. I met Ray 5 years ago when I was exploring the idea of running for 4th Ward Alderman. At the time, he was considering a second term, and I remember boldly asking him if he had yet made his decision to run. I knew of his stellar reputation as a leader in the city of St. Charles, and I wanted to be a part of his team with Ray as, and you're going to know where this is going, my head coach. The role of mayor is not unlike that of a head coach. You have the responsibility of overseeing a team of people, and you help guide decisions, you determine strategy, positioning, and you help lead the team toward a shared outcome. When the team is clicking, there's so much that can be accomplished. Ray, because of your leadership, you are leaving this team and this city in a better place than it was when you first started. Under your leadership and your vision, you have achieved both big and small wins. You have served as a role model for so many children and adults. You have been a huge piece of what has made this community such a great place to live, work, and play. Ray has always cared about staff. He has always cared about the residents. He has always cared about this city. Ray never viewed his role as mayor to be about him. In politics, there are people that lose sight of that, of what is important. Ray is not one of those people. He has selflessly given to this community in his role as mayor, as he has in every facet of his career in life. Ray, you always did things for the right reasons. You really wanted what was best for the city of St. Charles. You brought wisdom, care, humor, humility, and so much personality and some sarcasm into this role, and St. Charles is better because of it. When I talk to my children, I always tell them that no matter what they do in life, be a good person. I have and will continue to share stories about Ray as an example of what being good and doing good in life is. Thank you, Ray. May your road ahead be filled with great times with your family, a nightly scotch or two, and another White Sox World Series win.
Well, that was very nice, and I'll have a few things to say in a few minutes, but before I was interrupted, thanks, Laura. I want to call City Administrator Mark Kanan to the podium. He would like to share a few thoughts with the City Council.
Good evening. When I joined St. Charles in 1982, St. Charles was a different place. We had a population of about 17,000 people. Economic development was very important in the city of St. Charles. Customer service and city services were very important in the city of St. Charles. And by the way, we were the pride of the Fox. Well, fast forwarding to 2021, some things really haven't changed. other than our population. We're about twice the size that we were in 1982. We're still the pride of the Fox. We provide great city services, and we still believe in economic development. You know, I look at the survey that was done in 2020, the resident survey, and when the results came out and indicated that we had 99%, I believe, people of the survey population said we were a good or an excellent place to live. You know, I said we work for a really good group of policymakers, and I'm not making that up. We as staff are into execution, and I'm going to talk about the staff in a couple of minutes, but it's you folks who carry the water, make the decisions, not always disagreeing, but we move forward together as a team because that's what's about promoting St. Charles, not individual agendas, and I think someone just made reference to that. So having said that, I want to thank you for your leadership. I forever will be indebted to Mayor Regina. About 8 years ago, when he said, "Mark, would you like to be the city administrator?" I said, let me think about that. But I accepted the challenge, and it's been a capstone experience, so thank you. Having said that, I also need to acknowledge prior generations of leadership. I worked for 3 other mayors, a variety of city council persons, and a variety of staff members. I would indicate that I think everyone's heart was in the right place. And we are strong today because of a history and a propensity to do what was right for the city of St. Charles. I want to change my focus for just a moment, though, and talk about the senior management team. You know, they're all seated over here on the L-shaped table, generally, a couple folks in the audience. You know, these are the experts. These are the people that execute. We need to thank them for their participation, their engagement, their support, their teaming with all of us here up at the dais to make this city what it is. And I thank them for their contribution. I also need to thank the city administration office. There are selected days in the last 8 years that I haven't necessarily been patient, but they've always been patient with me. I thank Tracy, Sharon, Lisa Garhan, who's, I think, on Zoom tonight, and everyone else in the room in the city administration office. And finally, there's one more person, my wife. You know, Marcia has listened to the squawk box in the old days, meaning the walkie-talkie. There's a sewer backup at 1214. The snow is really bad. I can't see where I'm driving. Things you don't necessarily say in a squawk box, but she listened to a lot of that conversation through the variety of years I was in public works. She's been a saint, and I thank her. But there's something really exciting happening on May 24th. It's our 41st wedding anniversary. Aww. It also happens to be a government service. So I will not be coming to the meeting that night. Marcia and I are going to be entertaining ourselves after 41 years of marriage, and we are delighted to be here. So thank you. In summary, I want to thank you all, Mayor Regina, senior staff, my colleagues who work at the City of St. Charles. Nick Peppers did a great job for starting on special counsel on First Street and continuing forward. And Marcia, thank you all. Good luck in the future. Our future is bright because we want it to be, and we can make it happen. Thank you.
Little gallow humor to wrap this up here, announced in September I wasn't running for office, and people started asking me questions like, "You going to pardon anybody?" And of course, I can't pardon anyone. I don't have that power, but the mayor does have a special power that's bestowed upon him or her, and I'd like to exercise that tonight. And so I'm going to ask Mark to come back up here, and I'm going to ask the Mayor Pro Tem, Dan Thotto, to step down here for a moment, if you don't mind. Please.
You're making me nervous.
That's all right. You're making me nervous also. First of all, the City Council, Mark, after 38 years of service, the City Council would like to recognize all of that, a small token of our appreciation. So, present you with that. But now for the good stuff here. These two gentlemen up here represent seven decades of service to this community. In the case of Mark Kanan, 38 years of diligent, competent work, majority of that time as Public Works Director, the last 8 years as City Administrator. The relationship between the Mayor and the City Administrator is very important for a city. Very important. Rapport is an absolute. The Mayor leads the executive branch. The City Administrator leads the administrators of city policy. Just about 8 years ago, as Mark told you, with a sudden vacancy in the office of City Administrator, I interviewed Mark and recommended him to the City Council. Council unanimously approved him, and the results speak for themselves. As we leave the city employ together, it's only fitting that I present him this mayor's key to the city, signifying what he has meant to me and to the city. I said 38 years for Mark. Dan Stellato, Senior City Council Alderman, 26 years as a council member, 6 years on the Planning Commission before that, and still going through. Mayor Pro Tem, numerous council committee chairmanships, sage and common sense advisor to the mayor. Always looking for reasonableness in getting to the right decision, particularly when bits and pieces of controversy became roadblocks to a decision. A kind and decent man, earning and showing respect in his colleagues. 3 decades of basically pro bono service to our community. I cannot leave this office without recognizing Dan Stellato and what you, sir, mean to me, to our city. Thank you very much.
He read it just like I wrote it.
All right. Last words. By the way, I do want to recognize my predecessor and someone who has been a solid advisor to me over the last 8 years and also helped a lot to the city of St. Charles and Springfield, Senator Don DeWitt. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 years ago, after being elected mayor, I stood in this same spot with an ISU tie and shared my thoughts with the community. 4 years ago, same tie, I did the same at the Hotel Baker. And tonight, as I leave office with the same tie, let me reflect briefly on what I have learned. As a teacher, you always want to tell people what you've learned. It is most difficult to not start by stating that our staff is a remarkable group of individuals. They do the detailed work in support of the policies this city council creates. I learned the mayor has an obligation to appoint a staff leader, carefully using intuition and a bit of common sense while establishing a solid working relationship. Aldermen need to support the decision and provide a policy roadmap. Elected officials then need to let the professionals simply do their jobs. I learned that at the end of the day, any plaudits that I received or my 10 colleagues over here received was a result of solid, resourceful work by competent professionals. I learned that an occasional reversal of fortune and philosophical differences always accompany any road to success. No person or system is perfect, although some expect such from their city. In the end, I learned that as mayor, I worked with a city council to set policy, and I'm pleased that in the past 8 years, this city administrator and these 7 directors and the staff operate in the aggregate to provide an efficient, remarkable city government despite occasional setbacks and lately a pandemic that we call COVID. To this staff, I'm forever grateful for your hard work and dedication. Now, a special note I learned, and Mark pointed this out as well, you know they're popular, obviously. I learned that I was really lucky to have office administration such as Tracy Conti, Sharon Bringleson, and Lisa Garhan to orchestrate communications and a host of city functions while pacifying personalities of all shapes and sizes. That luck extended to very competent legal advice, first of all provided by John McGurk, who I hope is watching tonight, Nick Peppers, and ethical issues interpreted succinctly by Gary Vanek. All 3 know how much Mark and I appreciated their sage counsel. There's also no surprise for you to hear that I learned about the benevolence of all of our residents, the cornucopia of kindness and generosity shown to the needs of multiple agencies all across our community and several communities, and the loyalty displayed to businesses during this pandemic experience. I see that benevolence continuing. We all need to do our part. Leaders need to lead by example. I also learned that while various taxing bodies serve the public in very different ways, there's a strong cooperation and respect among the boards and administrations, the schools, parks, the library, the township, and the county. I have remarkable new friends across this network of government. Mark and I enjoyed the camaraderie of fellow mayors and managers throughout the Fox Valley. Cooperation and the sharing of ideas result in better utilization of resources and best practices. Our new mayor and city administrator will enjoy the richness of this collegial interaction. Now, as an educator, I always like to set the bar fairly high and always stingy in evaluation. You can ask Scott Swanson about that. We learned this past year that 99% of the community told us that St. Charles is an excellent or good place to live. While trying to remain somewhat humble, this staff and this city council should be very proud. And the new council and the new administration needs to recognize this high standard and continue to strive to maintain this level of satisfaction. But a fair warning, this will only be accomplished by cooperating with each other, respecting each other, and understanding everyone's obligations, responsibilities, and limitations bestowed upon each of you as an elected official or a member of the staff. I do want everyone to know that this experience was an enriching capstone in a public career. I was blessed to learn so much, recognizing our fragility as leaders and that we have to rely upon others because we do not have all the answers. And when we think we have an answer, there's always another question. I heard this several times tonight. Maureen said it very well, and I'm going to repeat them. I have met so many wonderful people, so many polite people, so many gregarious people, insightful people, helpful people, respectful people who call this town home. People who have lived here 2 years, people who have lived here 90 years. They love this town, and they outnumber in droves the minuscule number of who are self-serving and arrogant, who allegedly know all the answers and frankly do not deserve the hand you extend to them. I have learned that you have to be thankful for the good that's been bestowed upon one, and that I am. I am thankful my parents lived long enough for me to show them their son's office, the mayor's office. I'm thankful to my family, my extended family, and my close friends. They serve as sounding boards, advisors, and shoulders to lean on. They know who they are. They also know I am so appreciative of their counsel. Shout out to my son, Matthew, a public access lawyer, provided me a lot of cogent information and always had sage advice when asked, and sometimes even when not asked. But most of all, I want to take a moment to recognize and offer a grateful thank you to my wife, Diane. What I have learned is that a journey of this nature is so much easier when you have a shoulder to cry on, someone to pick you up when you become angry or sad, and someone to share in your joy. Diana is an unassuming woman, one who is fiercely loyal to causes she supports, and has done yeoman's work for and cares deeply about this city. An elementary teacher who always displayed that standard of kindness. This is who my wife Diane is in St. Charles. We've been fortunate to have benefited from all her efforts. One of my favorite songs by the group America is Ventura Highway. And I can assure you that Diane and I will be traversing the Ventura Highway soon, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. We're going to go, I know. Meanwhile, back home, I want to wish our new mayor, Laura Vitek, and the new city council all their best. Work together, respect the responsibilities the community has bestowed on each one of you. Do your job. Let the staff do the heavy lifting. And if you do, you'll get support tenfold. I want to close by extrapolating on a passage used by Mayor-elect Vitek on election night. She quoted the words used by, she edited them too, by the way, the words used by Boston Red Sox David Ortiz, also known as Big Pappy, as he reacts to the Boston Marathon bombing. This is our city, St. Charles, Illinois. Yes, it is. First Street Plaza, the historical landmarks, the Western Trail, Tri-City Health Partnership, the Electric Light Parade, Bosa Donuts, Mount St. Mary's Park, Smitty's on the corner, meandering Fox River, the Arcata, the Baker Methodist Church, the Evergreen Pub, Lazarus House, Scarecrow Fest, the North Stars, Fighting Saints. This is our state, St. Charles, Illinois. Protect it, embrace it, support it, give it room to breathe, be proud of it. It is always in my heart, and I hope yours as well. God bless you. God bless the city of St. Charles. Without any further business, I want to ask for the adjournment of this city council with a motion.
So moved. Lemke?
Second.
Second by Lewis. Moved and seconded, adjourned, sin die. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will, the rain has stopped. We're going to go for the swearing-in ceremony of the new mayor and the new city council.
We thank you for our many blessings. We're especially grateful for the opportunity to live and participate in this democracy of ours, where differences can be resolved with dialogue. Tonight we pray for wisdom and courage, the wisdom to see beyond our individual needs and interests and to focus on the community needs and interests, and the courage to act for our common good. We seek all this in your name. Amen.
Ultimate Salado, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Please join me in honoring our country. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This evening, we do have a presentation, and due to COVID, I know it's difficult to have all of our police force up here. May 9th through 15th is National Police Week. We do have a proclamation, and I just wanted to read the last line. I call upon our citizens in this community to especially honor and show our sincere appreciation for the police officers of the city by deed, remark, and attitude. I wanted to recognize Chief Keegan. He's here this evening representing the police force. And with that last line states, I ask that all of you, not only during the May 9th week, but also any time of year, please offer that small gesture of thank you to not only Chief Keegan, but to all of our police officers in any community. So thank you. This evening, there is not any old business, so therefore no omnibus vote. Under new business, There's a recommendation from me to approve the appointment of Nancy Garrison, City Clerk, for 2021 through 2025.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Silkaitis, seconded by Besner.
No, wait, that was Stellato.
Stellato, sorry. Neil, these. Any further discussion? Tracy, would you please call the roll?
Stellato?
Yes.
Silkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrella?
Yes.
Besner?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item B, also in your packet this evening, you'll find that there is a biography for John Harrell. There was one for Nancy Garrison as well that I did not mention previously. But this is a recommendation from me to approve the appointment of John Harrell as City Treasurer for 2021 to 2025.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Paylater, seconded by Lencioni. Any further discussion? Tracy, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Silkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrella?
Yes.
Besner?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item C, thank you to the Honorable Clint Hall for being back here this evening, upstairs now. We will be administering the oath for both the City Clerk Nancy Garrison and City Treasurer John Harrell. I ask you both to please step up to the front.
Go ahead and raise your right hand. You want to do it together? I want to steer for the steer opposite, so why don't we go ahead and start? So, I state your name. I, John Harrell. Have been appointed. To the office of treasurer. To the office of treasurer. For the city of St. Charles. For the city of St. Charles. In the state of Illinois. In the state of Illinois. Solemnly swear. Solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States of America. That I will support the Constitution of the United States of America. The laws of the state of Illinois. The laws of the state of Illinois. The ordinances of the city of St. Charles. The ordinances of the city of St. Charles. That I will faithfully discharge the duties. And I will faithfully discharge the duties. Of the office of treasurer. The office of treasurer. And not to the best of my ability. I state your name.
I, Nancy Garrison,
Have been appointed.
having been appointed
To the office of clerk.
to the office of clerk
For the city of St. Charles.
for the city of St.
In
Charles,
the state of Illinois.
in the state of Illinois,
Solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America.
of the United States of America,
The laws of the state of Illinois.
the laws of the state of Illinois,
And the ordinances of the city of St. Charles.
and the ordinances of the city of St.
And
Charles,
I will faithfully discharge the duties.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
Of the office of city clerk.
of the office of city clerk
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you both for your service. In your packet, you will find the list of appointments for committee chairman and city liaisons. Item D is a recommendation from me to approve appointments of committee chairman and city liaisons.
Move for approval.
Second?
Moved by Bancroft, seconded by Besner. Any further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, will you please call the roll?
Stellato?
Yes.
Silkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrella?
Yes.
Besner?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Thank you. Item E, City Administrator Mark Keenan.
Item E deals with the election of a mayor pro tem. As you know, St. Charles is steeped in heritage and history, and quite frankly, historically, the mayor has typically made this appointment his or herself. As a result of some detailed review of the state statute would require that the city council of the body of the 10 of you would make that election pursuant to a motion being made tonight, discussion if necessary, a second, and then there would be a mayor pro tem named. Also, I should point out that the state statute identifies that by statute at least, a mayor pro tem is named at the point in time when there is in fact a need for the mayor pro tem to be present. That is to say, when there's a temporary absence from the mayor from being able to carry out those duties. Recognizing that we are a home rule city, we have some flexibility to honor our tradition by appointing a mayor pro tem this evening for a couple of years. But the election would still come from the body of the 10 seated alderpersons. So if there are any questions, I would be glad to answer those. Otherwise, I would ask that election would proceed.
Any questions? At this time, then, I would look for City Council to make a recommendation for Mayor Pro Tem.
I'd recommend and nominate Alderman Todd Bancroft as Mayor Pro Tem.
I'd like to second that.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Lencioni. Any further discussion or questions? Okay. City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft? Bancroft?
Can I vote for myself?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Think about abstaining, I don't know.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item F, in your packet, you'll see the list of appointments for new members to city boards and commissions, and I would like to ask all those that are new members to commissions or boards to please stand. This is a recommendation from me to approve the appointments of new members to city boards and commissions.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Payleitner.
Okay.
Kulkaitis?
That was third. Yeah.
Any questions or further discussion? No? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Thank you for your service. There is also a list in your packet for reappointments of members to city boards and commissions. I would ask that current members please stand if you're being reappointed. This is a recommendation from me to approve the reappointments of members to city boards and commissions.
Move for approval. Move approval.
Second.
Moved by Besner, second by Lencioni. Any further discussion? Nancy Garrison will please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item H, this is a recommendation from me to approve the appointment of interim city administrator Christopher Minnick.
Move approval. Weber will second.
Lencioni, move for approval. Second, Wirball. Weber.
Weber.
Any of you down there. Any further discussion?
I blame the glass. Oh, my God.
City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item I, recommendation from me to appoint department directors as recommended by City Administrator Mark Keenan for fiscal year 21-22.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Bancroft. Any further discussion or questions? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item J, a recommendation from me to approve the reappointment of Tracy Conti as Deputy City Clerk for fiscal year 21-22.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Kulkaitis. Any further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Okay. Item K, recommendation from me to approve the reappointment of City Attorney Nicholas S. Peppers of the law firm Storino, Ramello, and Durkin for fiscal year 21-22.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Bancroft, seconded by Lencioni. Further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Payleitner?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Okay. Item L, recommendation from me to approve the reappointment of Prosecuting Attorney Timothy O'Neill for fiscal year 21-22.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Besner, seconded by Payleitner. Further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item M, recommendation from me to approve the appointment of Patrick Crimmins as prosecuting attorney for the City of St. Charles Liquor Control Commission for fiscal year 21-22.
Weber would like to move.
Second.
Moved by Weber, seconded by Bancroft. Further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Sorry. Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item N, the information is in your packet under executive summary. We've been through this before many of times, and all of the dates that we have confirmed that extended declared state of emergency are listed in the executive summary. The recommendation tonight is to approve an ordinance confirming and extending a declared state of emergency within the City of St. Charles due to the COVID-19 pandemic until the next regularly scheduled City Council meeting.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Paylater. Any questions, comments? Okay. City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Items O through Q. Chris Minnick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Items O, P, and Q are all related. And as a result of the election and the changeover in the mayor's office and the treasurer's office, along with the city administrator Kanan's retirement, we need to authorize new signers for the city's bank accounts. Traditionally, the mayor, the treasurer, the city administrator, and the finance director have served as authorized signers for the city's bank accounts with our banking partner, BMO Harris. Resolutions enclosed in tonight's packet will authorize Deputy Clerk Tracy Conti to execute those resolutions, authorizing Mayor Vitek, Treasurer Harrell, and me to continue or to be signers on the checking account. In addition to the city's accounts, we also maintain bank accounts and provide administrative services to a couple of other governmental organizations that are joint organizations with other communities. The North Central Narcotics Task Force and Tri-City Ambulance they enjoy those services from the city, and their bank accounts are administered by city staff, and they would need to have the same treatment as the city's bank accounts, therefore the necessity for the three resolutions tonight. Staff does recommend approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Any questions on?
Can we vote on all three at once, or do we have to be separate?
Separate.
They have to be?
Yeah.
Not a good way to start your next term.
Nice try, Dan.
We always try.
Thank you. I'll read them separately into the record.
Okay.
We'll vote on each individually. Item O is recommendation to approve a resolution designating BMO Harris NA as an authorized depository of the North Central Narcotics Task Force and designating certain City of St. Charles officials as authorized officers.
Move for approval. Second.
Moved by Stellato, seconded by Petrilla. Any further discussion? Nancy?
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item P, recommendation to approve a resolution designating BMO Harris Bank NA as an authorized depository of Tri-City Ambulance and designating certain City of St. Charles officials as authorized officers.
Weber will move.
Second. Second.
Moved by Weber, seconded by Besner. Further discussion? City Clerk Garrison?
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Item Q, recommendation to approve a resolution designating BMO Harris NA as an authorized depository and designating certain City of St. Charles officials as authorized officers.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Bancroft, seconded by Lencioni. Any further discussion?
Wirball.
Oh, Wirball?
Yeah.
Sorry, Wirball, ma'am. Wirball, sorry. Any further discussion? City Clerk Garrison, please call the roll.
Stellato?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Paylater?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Bancroft?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Petrilla?
Yes.
Besser?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to committee reports, government operations, anything further, Alderman Kulkaitis?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Government Services, anything further, Alderman Besner.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Planning and Development, anything further, Alderman Weber.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any additional items from council? Is there anything from staff? Anyone out there, citizens? I have a couple of things. I first wanted to take a moment. There is a new grandbaby in the family up here, and I think that Alderman Kay Laner had a new grandbaby a week and a half ago.
Thank you. Nixon Kenneth K. Leitner.
Okay, congratulations.
8 pounds, 12 ounces.
Number 8, she's saying over there, number 8?
Number 8,
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
We have a birthday, or 2 birthdays, and it's before the next city council meeting, so Chris Minnick on the 13th, happy birthday. And then way back there, I believe we have a milestone birthday, Peter Sir, on the 11th. Is that right? It's been a long evening for many of you, but I do have a few words that I'd like to say. I've already had the opportunity to earlier recognize my friend, colleague, and mentor, Ray Rogina, and I just am so grateful for the opportunity he's given me, and of course for his 8 years of service. I'm grateful for he's left the city to me, and I appreciate that. I would like to thank the residents of the city of St. Charles for choosing me to be their next mayor, to be your next mayor. I would also like to thank my family, all of them are pretty much here, friends and colleagues that have believed in me and supported me along this journey because they knew from the very beginning I was in this for the right reason, to make a difference and lead the city of St. Charles on a path forward. I'm honored to be elected as the mayor of St. Charles for many reasons. As the only second female mayor of the city, I'm hoping I can set a good example for other women to develop confidence, drive, and fearlessness to take a risk when it comes to seeking political, community, or other leadership positions. I support you and welcome you to explore opportunities available throughout our city. Reminded by the wise words of my 14-year-old daughter, if there's an opportunity in front of you, you should at least try. Go for it. I believe this can be more widely applied to anyone in our city, regardless of background, and I encourage you all to get involved. St. Charles is where I've chosen to raise my family, to be involved in our sports programs and arts, and to explore our parks and open space and all that the city has to offer. I'm excited to give back to a city that has given me so much to my family for the last several years. It's a fantastic place to live, work, and play. I'm honored to be able to take our history, our successes, and our important legacies and move this city forward for all those who live here now and for those who will move here into the future. If St. Charles is where you choose to call home for your family or business, I want you to have every opportunity to create your own successes and your own legacy. I have always been the type of person that's been up for a challenge, looking for the next opportunity. My mom said that when I would be on a carnival ride as a child, I would always be pointing and looking at the next ride, not enjoying that ride. I think I found the biggest and fastest ride at the park, and I'm excited and ready for the challenge. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, working in partnership with this city council to continue to make St. Charles an amazing place for everyone, our residents and our businesses. We have a terrific and talented staff whose names most people don't know, but who truly deserve most of the credit for all that happens in St. Charles day to day. Thank you. I'm excited to support you and partner with you as we all move this city forward. Thank you. There is not executive session this evening, so if there isn't anything else, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Weber, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Dave? Hey, man, how are you?